finally I get to talk about something being fixed rather than being broken. So you guys flooded my comment sections and DMs of telling me that animaljam actually fixed something for once. They fixed a long-standing broken feature in the game for the last few years. Just kind of randomly last night, like they shadow dropped it for whatever reason. You'd think it'd be a bit more big news. You know, they put it in like the Jamal journal or something. Like, it's pretty big that they actually fixed this. And the issue I'm talking about here is the party feature. So as you can see here, there is a bunch of parties here now available. These are the Jammer hosted parties where you can host your own party. You can choose a certain venue you want to use as well as a name and music for 60 minutes, and it has some exclusive stores in it. You can buy some items in it. Usually you would be able to still access these stores if you just hosted it yourself and you'd be taken there and you can still buy the items, but you couldn't go back to your own party in the past. I have actually made a video about talking about this in the past when it was broken, and I showed off exactly that happening in the video. Now, the reason this was broken, I believe, was something to do with the game's internal clock, where it wasn't registering the times properly or when the party started and when it ended. I'm assuming that's what it is anyway. And the reason I say that is because, well, the game would almost treat like your party ended instantly, but also because of the time travel glitch on the game, it would actually show a host tag under your name no matter when you did it. So that's kind of something I presumed anyway. I saw some people say it's because hackers were exploiting it, but that was way back in 2019 where people were hacking parties to make them inappropriate names. That was fixed very swiftly, and I don't think was ever the issue on why these were removed in the first place. But these are now back once again. You can get all these cool items now. Ignore my broke gem count. I'm very poor on this account. Yeah, as you can see, there's the join party button on player cards now again. So that is like something I have not seen in years. I'm so used to seeing this now that the party button here is kind of wild. Oh, gee, another spring bunny. I've been spotted. I need to leave. Yeah, it's pretty cool and refreshing that animaljam actually fixed something for once rather than breaking things, because I feel like over the last few months on the channel, that's all I've been talking about. And I mean, I can't help it. You know, a lot of things are breaking. I'm doing my due diligence and reporting these things and letting you guys know that certain things in the game aren't working sometimes, but you know, it is cool to see that animaljam actually fixed this thing for once, and it kind of sad that this is actually a big deal, that they actually fixed something that should have already been working in the first place, but I'm happy nonetheless that this is working again. Now, a few months ago as well, there was like 2 other glitches that people were using that were fixed. I can't remember one of them now. Yep, your old reliable YouTuber can't remember information. But one of the glitches is, I think a glitch I made a video about 6 months ago, I think. There's this video on screen of me getting to 1,000,000 gems on the game by doing nothing. You know, I could probably use that, you know, right about now. I'm at 100 gems now. But pretty much this glitch would be used to actually go and get the sea turtle plushie claw machine, or any of these kind of claw machines that you can find in the underwater diamond shop. Pretty much you would be able to use that claw machine to get plushies, and they would recycle for more than you were actually putting in to try get those plushies. So you could essentially duplicate your gems for infinite amount of times, pretty much. But I think it was about a few months ago, around like February or March of this year, animaljam actually made it so every plushie in the game only recycles for 1 gem now. So they pretty much ruined that glitch that you could do. It wasn't really a glitch, it was just something they didn't think of when they added those plushies to the claw machine, or a lot of the plushies in the claw machine, because I don't think it was just those exclusive plushies in those diamond shop claws with the underwater plushies that recycled for 15 gems, but they made it all across the board for every plushie in the game only recycles for 1 gem now, so you can't do this glitch anymore. But those underwater plushie claws, those plushies were originally used in the summer carnival. Like if I head on over here, you can probably see them in the store still. Yeah, right here, as you can see, they just kind of repurposed them into a claw machine for a wild weekend once, and then just never took them out of stores. So a lot of people complained about that when it actually happened, mainly because they were using that and abusing that thing, I guess. Can't even call it a glitch because it's not really a glitch, but people were abusing the hell out of that when it was a thing to get millions of gems, so they didn't have to work for gems, and obviously animaljam doesn't want that, and they sure as hell probably didn't like that I made a video on it. And I wouldn't be surprised if that video was what it got it fixed, given that Kekia was banned at the same time they fixed that glitch, so I don't know. I'm not gonna take my bet on that in case that that it was, but maybe it was just a coincidence. I mean, that's kind of an understandable thing that they would fix. It kind of makes people play the game less, essentially, if they were just able to spawn gems, essentially, for free without having to do anything. Like, sure, there's other kind of ways you can just spawn gems, essentially, like referrals and, you know, making alt accounts with all the codes active used on them, and then just buying a silver brick and trading it over or whatever. But, you know, that kind of requires some kind of work, where the other one, you just kind of had to go AFK and then recycled a bunch of plushies when you got back. So if you got mad when that was patched as well, maybe consider that. As I said as well, there was like some other glitch that I don't remember what it was. I think it had something to do with the time travel glitch. I don't think it was the glitch where you could see items in the stores if you just changed your date and time. You could see what items were coming to stores, because I just tested that before the video, before I just started recording this video, and it still worked. So maybe it's something to do with the animals. I don't really know. I just remember getting told about it by a few people. But otherwise, that's it. Obviously, there are some bigger issues, you know, bigger fish to fry going on in the Animal Jam game that AJHQ really should be working on as well. And I'm sure it is on top of their priority list. Most notably, the something went wrong error. I imagine that is at the top because, well, it literally prevents people from playing the game. I imagine they don't want that to be a thing, so they probably are working hard and extensively in trying to find a way to fix that. I've already made a video talking about all about that and the reasons why that even happens in the first place, if you want to check that out. And then also the kind of issue with certain items not appearing on certain animals, like the tiger and the horse, and I believe the flamingo is happening as well, where new items coming to stores do not show up or equip on these animals for whatever reason. It's like they're disabled on the animal for, I legitimately don't even know why. And it's not even like, oh, they just removed the masking of the item off these animals. Like, no, it still works like that. It just takes it off the animal and you can't equip it whatsoever. It's kind of odd, but I'm sure they'll fix that eventually. I'm sure that's like a very simple fix that they just maybe didn't realize. But otherwise, Animal Jam has actually been fixing a lot of other things that I'm not going to go too in depth into, you know, stuff like actual game breaking exploits that people would use, you know, behind the scenes, you know, stuff like hacks and stuff that people were using. They have been fixing a lot of those things behind the scenes, and, you know, you just haven't been hearing about them because, you know, Animal Jam's swiftly been taking care of a lot of those things, you know. Even though a lot of the time I'm reporting on stuff that is breaking in the game and you see a lot of these things break in the game, they are still putting in work onto this game, by the way. They're fixing a lot of exploits. As much as people say Animal Jam doesn't really care about the economy in the game, a lot of the exploits they do actually fix retain to, you know, spawning or duplication glitches that might be possible. They really go the extra mile to try and make sure nobody has like some kind of unfair advantage in the new trading scene, I guess. So that's kind of where I would imagine a lot of their efforts have been lying over the last while, given some of the glitches that, or exploits I should say, that I know were kind of lurking around behind the scenes. So they are still working on the game, okay? And I'm sure a lot of these other glitches or exploits or things that are just flat out broken will be fixed soon. Yeah, let's go wrap it up here, guys. Big thank you to the members as always. I'll probably have a new member video out tomorrow or something. I usually do 2 normal videos and then a member only video. That's my usual schedule, so be on the lookout for that, hopefully. But big thank you to the members as always. It is greatly appreciated that you guys support me. If you guys are interested in joining the channel, all you gotta do is hit the join button below, get some extra perks like extra videos, highlighted comments, emojis, all that fun stuff, and it is greatly appreciated if you want to go the extra mile to support the channel. But yeah, let's go wrap up here, guys. Wish Animal Jam made this update a day earlier, because then I could have a video pre-made ahead of time. You're messing up my whole schedule of like every 3 days. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, you'll probably see a video here in a few days time as well, so be on the lookout for that. But otherwise, thank you all for coming here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.